Alright, welcome back everybody. Tony, No Guts, No Gluten. And on this rainy day, we're going to try a gluten-free pumpkin bread recipe I found online. And I changed a few things up. So, alright, let's get started. No sense in wasting any more time. Alright, so let me bring you down. Down, whoa. Oh, I guess I gotta fix that. I'll be right back. Alright, that's more gooder. Alright, so for this pumpkin bread, we're going to need 2 eggs, 1.5 cups pumpkin puree, 1/4 cup orange juice, 1 teaspoon orange zest, 1/4 cup of olive oil, 1/2 cup of coconut sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla. That's your wet ingredients. And the dry ingredients are going to be 1.5 cups of all-purpose 1-to-1 flour, 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. Well, this is where I changed it up. I used 2 teaspoons of pumpkin spice. So that's where we're going to change it up. So the original recipe calls for 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon or 1/4 teaspoon of cloves, and 1/4 teaspoon of ginger. So I just added the pumpkin spice. So that's 2 teaspoons of that. And we're going to add 3/4 cup of raisins and 3/4 cup of broken up nuts. So you can omit the nuts if you want, or the raisins, or both, or one or the other. So in here I have the dry ingredients, and I just took a fork and mixed it all up, sifted it so to speak. And then in here I have all the wet ingredients. So if you want to look up this exact same recipe and make it, it's Mia's gluten-free pumpkin bread. I just found that on YouTube. So, alright, let's go ahead and add the ingredients together. And you're going to do it this way. As we're going in, you're going to mix it all. And then maybe if you want to just go back and use the spatula. That way you can scrape down the sides and everything. Alright, so just enough where it's not lumpy or anything. Okay. Now we're going to add the nuts and the raisins. Then just give that a couple folds. And you're going to want to preheat your oven to 350. And this is going to bake 40 to 45 minutes. And she said the bread is going to continue to bake after that a little bit, and she said sticking a toothpick or a cake tester in is going to come out still moist because it's a heavy, dense bread. Alright, so I went ahead and I lined the bottom of the the bread pan, and then I sprayed the side with olive oil spray. So we can go ahead and add all that in. Make sure you get every last drop. And you know why. You paid for all the ingredients, might as well use all the ingredients. So I'm just going to kind of spread that out a little bit. I'm going to kind of get it even in the pan so it bakes up even. Okay. In the oven for 40 to 45 minutes. And I'll bring it back when it comes out. Alright, that was 40 minutes. And feels firm to the touch, and that's what she looks like. So let it cool in the pan for about 10 minutes, and then I'll turn it out onto the baking rack and finish cooling. Alright, we'll be back when it's time to taste it. Alright, the pumpkin bread is cold, so we're going to go ahead and give her a try. That's what it looks like. So, yeah. Alright, bring you up. I'll take these things off. Alright, that's more gooder. Alright. You can definitely smell the orange juice and the pumpkin spice. Here we go. It has a nice pumpkin taste. Nice and spongy, not dense. That's a chicken dinner. Winner, winner. We have a special guest who wants some. You want some pumpkin bread? Yeah, you don't want to be on camera? Victor. Alright, well, I'd say that's a wrap for today. When you're craving pumpkin bread, this is a good recipe. And that was Mia's gluten-free pumpkin bread. And I changed the cinnamon, clover, and ginger and just used pumpkin spice. So, alright. Until next time, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Tony, no guts, no gluten, signing off.